What up? Oh man, I didn't even get this set up. I'm back. Not much has changed. Didn't actually do much this weekend because just wasn't feeling well. Body's not cooperating with me, and so sometimes the only thing I could do is just hibernate, in a sense. I mean, I did go out with my kids when they asked me to, even though they know that I'm not feeling too well, but I told them, I was like, I don't care if you think that I can't do something. I need you to ask if that's what you really want, because I never know what you're going to need if you don't say anything. So, sometimes I have to be, I don't know, unbearable. Sometimes if I'm not feeling well, I have to say something. So, but I know that once I get out there, I know that I know my mind will kind of take over some of the things that I have issues with, and then it's mostly just that moment or that time that I'm spending, and it's not focused around how I'm feeling. It's how they're feeling, because that's what it's there for. I'm not there for myself. I'm there for them. That's why I do this. I mean, these videos are, maybe help them in the future when they get my age and they're like wondering about life or the feelings or the emotions or whatever they're going through. It's a lot easier just to find someone that has commonality in feelings and life experiences that better eases you into life in different situations. So yeah, but this weekend's been, like you said, not much going on. Like not really watching NBA playoffs. I mean, kind of partially I am, because not really caring about the outcomes. To be honest, I mean, for all I know, it's going to be the Suns and the Nets, and then whoever else. I'm not even sure who's going to be in the Final Four when it's all said and done. But I do know that the Nets will probably be there, so I know they're going to beat the Bucks. It's just going to happen. So it's going to be the Nets and whoever the next two are going to make it. But I do know that just from watching the series between the Suns and the Lakers, just playing through it in my head on the way to work, like fast forwarding through all of it, it was really just a 3-point shot that killed them. Like, that's all it was really, because they had no answer to everything else. So when they were protecting the three, they were going in, and that was one thing that I think killed the Cavaliers when LeBron James was playing with them, when Steph Curry just came out and showed confidence and showed who he was, and it changed basically the whole sport because of his shot. And it was mostly, even though you probably see people practicing that a lot, it wasn't really like that back in the day, and it was an attempt to get somewhere. But like, even Ray Allen, even as good as a 3-point shooter as he was, wouldn't take high volume amount of shots. It just wasn't him. But Curry can and will, and it uses the pretty much average that he's going to make it because of his skill to begin with, and practicing the same shots over and over and over and over again. But it also really helps when you can actually screen. We can actually do something to help the person that wants to shoot. So yeah, really all comes down to that. Let me get going. Pretty bored with not playing like too much video games at home, so it's like when I have that time, I'm just sitting there watching my kids' YouTube or whatever they're watching, or just trying to get involved with them, because I don't want to get like back into like being all about video games, because I love games, and people that I know of, I grew up around, I mean, they love video games too, but I don't want to be all about that, because it's easy to just get into that aspect of life, I guess you want to say, where you're zoned in, and it's nothing else can seem to matter, because you just want a game, and that's pretty cool, getting your mind and everything into that atmosphere. But I think for me, not staying in the one thing all the time, unless it's basketball, because I can't get out of that, but not staying in one thing at one time all the time, it will pretty much become stagnant to me, and I get bored. And it's not like I have issues with doing one thing or sticking with it. It's not that at all. I like stimulating my brain and not doing the same thing over and over again, because I do that at work all the time. Like, come to work, I do the same thing, I go home. Really, the only thing that changes here at work is the people I work with, the amount of work I have, what I have to do, and the times I have to work. That's about it, really. Like, nothing really changes, which is not a bad thing, but that's where, when I'm at home or where I'm out doing whatever, I don't want to like always just be and do one thing all the time. For me, that's boring, and like, not having a lot to do does not give me much to think about, and I don't like not thinking, because it's just me. I mean, I won't sit there and talk to myself for a long period of time. You know, I tell myself, like, get up, Robert, or do this or do that, and I say it out loud, just so that way I'm telling myself to do it. But I know that, you know, if I don't vocalize my thoughts, I won't be able to project it out there. And what I want to do is be able to help, not just myself, but like my kids and my kids' friends, and anyone I ever interact with or come in contact with, even as small as an amount of time or a large amount of time, because I think it makes a difference in people's lives with things that you deal with throughout your life. People that you come in contact with can leave a positive or a negative impact in your life. So I like to try to be positive. Hey, voice message. I actually didn't say that. I was just saying it, but I did get a message. Anyways, I'm gonna get going. Have a great weekend. And if you will, and if you want to, watch all my other stuff, even though they're probably all the same thing. I talk about the same things. I post them everywhere. But leave a comment if you want to. If you don't want to, don't do it. I don't care. Yeah. Peace out.